Welcome back to the show. Feeling a little stuck in life? Well, our next guest says you don't have to be. In fact, he offers up some tips on how you can reconnect with those around you and get the life you really want. Dr. Ronald Frederick explains how to tap into the hidden power of our emotions in his new book, Living Like You Mean It. And we're happy to welcome Dr. Frederick to the show this morning to tell us more. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning,
Great
Rob.
to have you here. A beautiful sunny morning.
It is.
Living Like You Mean It is the title. What does that mean?
Well, you know, to my mind, living like you mean it is all about really being emotionally present in our lives. So really being there for the good times, really enjoying the happy times, and being present and coming through the difficult times a better person. But it all necessitates us being able to connect with our feelings, be present with ourselves, and be present with others. But the problem is that a lot of us feel really uncomfortable to some degree or another around our feelings. It's what I call a feelings phobia. We get close to our feelings and we feel anxious and we want to avoid them. So unfortunately, you really can't go the distance and live like you mean it if you're feeling uncomfortable about your feelings and you can't be with them.
So that's my follow-up question is, why do people have a difficulty in living like we mean it?
Well, so that has a lot to do with our fear.
Okay.
And a fear of really being present with our feelings. And that goes way back to the things that we learned and we didn't learn growing up. So the things that we didn't learn, which a lot of us didn't really learn how to really make good use of our feelings. And the other piece is that the discomfort that people feel, many of our caregivers felt around our feelings, we end up sort of absorbing that. It gets wired into our system and we feel uncomfortable around our feelings as well.
We picked 4 bullet points from your book, and that's the first one we really talked about, is recognizing the signs of fear or phobias, correct?
Right, exactly. You know, it all starts with what I call emotional mindfulness. I mean, a lot of us go through life on autopilot.
Yes.
We're not even aware that we're having feelings. I was talking to a friend at the gym the other day about my book, and he said, do we really know what it is that we're feeling and what to do with them?
Right.
And so much has to do with becoming aware of what's going on inside of us. So the first step to my program, which is all about ultimately being able to open up and be present and overcome the fear and really feel alive and vital and creative and connected to people in your lives, has to do with becoming aware. So becoming aware of what's going on inside of us and also becoming aware of all the different ways that we avoid what we're feeling.
And then you say learning to understand how to tame those feelings and that fear.
Well, to tame the fear, because what happens is our feelings are our feelings, but we have all this discomfort around them. So a big part of the process, or a really crucial part of the process, is learning to regulate our anxiety so that we can be present enough to really be with whatever it is that we're feeling. So I help people not feel as anxious about their feelings, so ultimately they can be with them.
One other bullet point is learning how to experience emotions.
Right.
I'm a little bit confused by what you mean there, experiencing emotions.
Okay, well, you know, emotions, the problem that we run into is that we don't let ourselves really experience what's going on inside of us. We get close to our feelings.
Is it a defense mechanism?
Yeah, yeah, it's sort of reflexive. We get close to it and we don't want to be with them, or you get a compliment and you sort of like brush it off, or you start to feel angry at your boss or at your partner, and then you kind of intellectualize and say, well, they don't really know what they're doing. Those are all the ways that we cut ourselves off from the wisdom and power of our feelings. So, you know, to be able to experience them is really about being present to an energetic flow inside of us. They're wired in responses. And if you're able to stay present to them, our feelings don't last very long.
That's true.
You know, we know it because we know about happiness. It doesn't last forever, right? It comes and goes, and you're on to the next thing. But we fight our sadness, we fight our fear, we fight our anger. And if you're able to just stay present and be with it, and I teach people this in the book, how to just be present and ride out that wave of our feelings, you get to a better place, because that's what our feelings do. They help us get to a better place. They help us feel more alive. They help us to connect with others. They help us heal from our sadness, use our anger in a way that's helpful to us.
And your final one is develop ways to share feelings. And what I'm hearing you say, I think the origins of a lot of these may be from our upbringing as well, and they're passed along from our parents,
exactly,
right?
Totally. So what happens is then we get to the final step, which is we have our feelings and they're important to us, but ultimately they motivate us to want to communicate, right? Because if somebody makes you angry, then ultimately you want to be able to do something about it,
yes.
right? But then you have to confront sort of the fears of how the other person's going to react. And a lot of that's old, because we're worried that mommy and daddy are going to get upset, that we have these feelings. So ultimately we have to find a way to face that fear and start to have new experiences where we're able to use our feelings with other people and not be afraid of them so much.
Dr. Frederick, I think you're going to sell a lot of books.
I hope
There's
so.
a lot of people out there. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You bet. You can find Dr. Ronald Frederick's book, Living Like You Mean It, in bookstores everywhere.